What's up, everybody? Problems. This will be an open talk here. What's up, everybody? What's going on? Let's deal with it today. This is an open talk today. This is Super Mike 2164. Make sure you take that time, press the like button right away. Go ahead and just press the like button. If you have not subscribed, press the subscribe button. Make sure you check. I think YouTube does unsubscribe people on their own. So that's how it is here. But today we want to talk about some of the most pressing problems of today. Why do we want to talk about the problems? Because guess whose job it really is to solve these problems. Big problems take a lot of people, and you are included in that group of people. What's going on? Let's get it. Yeah, Stanley, brother Stanley. Come over to YouTube, Stanley, if you can. I'm about to drop these links. Let me drop it over here on Facebook too, just in case anybody from Facebook. We on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Let me check this one out. Hold on, guys. Let me look at that. Yeah, we got you on Facebook. We dropping links. And what's up? We want to just talk about some basic stuff. I wanted to start off with this situation in Jackson, Mississippi. The Jackson, Mississippi situation. Let's look at some of this here. We just need to get into this. I mean, really and truly, let me do it this way. You know, what I'm looking at here is we're dealing with water crises. And to me, I think that we passed the buck. We passed the buck as a community. When something happening to us, what's going on, everybody? Like I said, make sure as soon as you come in, you can chime in. You can press the links. You can come up and talk. Or you just sit back in the clouds and listen. That's cool too. But the point is, make sure you press the like button and press the share button to help us out. But what I wanted to do here, and let me cut that off. No, what I want to do here today is this. Look, I want to impress on our minds our job as a group of people. I know we elect the politicians, and from birth they tell us, oh, it's their job to serve us. But what if they're not doing their job? What if these people are not doing their job? What's going on, Ma?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, what's up? What's going on?
Oh, nothing. Just I finally learned how to get into the chats.
That's good. That's good. So you're just moving through. So we're gonna go for some good subjects, and it's good for you to come here too. Because did you see the janaza from Sister Minister Ava?
I didn't see the janaza, but I knew that she passed away.
Oh, okay, yeah, the janaza, yeah, they're very important, and we might touch on that today too, because that's a big deal. Because the thing is, when you have a lot of problems in society, but all of your main problem solvers are kind of going away. God is calling them back home.
Right.
Then a lot of people start complaining because a lot of us, like I said, I got this thing on the screen here. Don't blame me, blame the Congress. I don't make the laws, I just enforce them, says the police.
Oh.
I'm just following orders, says the little soldier. And it says the average person, I just voted for the lesser of two evils.
No, both of them evil.
Well, the thing is, we don't even see it when we see a problem, we don't even see it as something that we got to pitch in and try to get cleaned up. That's the problem in this society and really Black America. We look to Joe Biden or whoever's the little president, white man, gonna solve our problem. And we think, well, we know we elected this mayor. He's a Black mayor. He need to get it together. But how's he going to get it together without no support? You think the white people are going to support this man if he's really trying to do what's right?
No.
You know, they're going to demonize him.
Right.
That's what they do. I mean, I don't, you know, what do we think? That's how I look at it.
Right.
If you trying to do something for Black folks, they will kill you, right? We know that. Or if they don't kill you, then they will try to make you look stupid. That's the mayor of Jackson, Mississippi. He has an African name, Antar Lumumba. My grandmama Dow went to school with his father, Chokwe Lumumba, in Wayne State University. They were part of the families that were nationalists who understood that Black people need to control actual territory and land. And we need to, run our own situation. But when you're doing that, do we actually think that white people go help you do that?
Of course not.
So that's the reason why you got to teach millions of people to be on code when you are the mayor of a situation or a state, or you're the governor of a state or a city or territory or area. You got to have a business community who's Black mentality, because they're going to have to help. The politician is only the little central point.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They're not really leaders.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what do you have you heard up anything on this Mississippi water crisis thing?
Let's see. Not I glanced over it and
let me let me see something. I think I got a video. Let me see if I can get this here, because this is stuff that people need to know about, and that's the reason why I've been working extra hard. How y'all doing down there? And I heard. Have you been listening to any of the news? Fannie Willis.
No, we've been moving. We moved into a new location.
Oh yeah. Okay, so
we've been kind of busy.
Yeah, so I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me see something here. Hold on. Let me see if I can find something. I think I got I got a bunch of stuff. Yeah, but the thing is, this is my thing here. I don't know if I got. Well, I got this. But solving our problems, that's kind of what I'm getting on the main point here. Let me pull this up there. That's not what I'm not yet. Not yet for that one. But no, but the thing is here, let me pull up this then. Let me share this screen. I'll do it this way. Because this is the kind of stuff that we got to be on. Otherwise, we ain't going to have nothing. And then we complain. This is what happened in the 60s. Now, you remember the riots like in Detroit.
Yeah.
Right? And the people was going out looking for white folks and beating them up and running them out the cities.
Right.
That is a battle in warfare.
Right. Yes.
And what happens in a battle? One group of people displaces the other groups and runs them out of a certain area.
Right.
But we didn't see it that way. So we ran them out of the city, but then we asked them to help us fix it up. Do we even understand, how this thing go?
No, I don't think we do, because from the beginning, we're not conscious. We're born, but we are not raised being conscious. We're just not conscious. We are brain dead, really. Nobody. I mean, when I was growing up, no one in the Black community, we were just trying to live comfortably, and no one was trying to make us conscious as children of our Blackness, of the situation that we were in. No one, they wanted to try to forget about it, but it keeps coming back because we don't teach the young people the situation they're in. We want to hush up. Don't rock the boat. Don't tell them that. Don't teach the children that they got, these Black children, that when they get out here, starting from school, that they're going to be ridiculed. Someone's going to try to get into their brain, make them think they're ugly, their skin is too dark. The little children are, little white children doing this to the Black children, but we don't want to tell our children this, and so that they got to go through the same struggles that generations in the 60s and the 70s are going through, because we won't teach them. And that's a big problem, So for me, myself, I try to teach the children that's, my grands. And I even get pushback for doing that from their parents, It's like you setting your children up, when you don't teach them, you're setting them up for failure. You got to make the children conscious. Conscious about what's going on. They're being put to sleep, with the fake smiles from these people, the teachers, most of their teachers, especially in Georgia, about 100% of the teachers are Caucasians. They're being put to sleep in their schools, teachers smiling in their face, but don't want them to live next door to them, So the children think, oh, these people fine, ain't nothing wrong with them. So we're setting our children up. If we don't teach them, we can't keep ignoring the fact that these people, we are two different people, okay? Two different totally people. We got two different likes. We got two different dislikes. And it clashes. And, we have to teach our children likes. We got two different dislikes. Yeah. And I think I got some. I feel like that. I don't know what happened. But anyway, we have to teach our children, because the white people are teaching their children. You better believe they're teaching their children, okay, at a young age. Am I still on? Michael. Michael.
Hey, everybody. Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you now. What happened?
Dang, I got some technical difficulties here. I had to log in on my phone. What's up? Is Leroy here? Nope, he didn't come in. Yeah, but
what happened?
I don't know. It was just a technical difficulty on the computer because I was logged in on my computer. So anyway, just keep. Yeah, you should be able to keep going.
Yeah, so it's all about teaching the young people so they won't repeat the same situation that we are in, you know. Unfortunately, Black people, for some reason, don't think it's important to teach their children reality. I don't know why, but they do.
Well, the thing is, we got to get beat up to learn stuff.
Right,
That's how it happened because you could teach and talk to us about stuff, but unfortunately, it takes pain. That's just how it works with people. With people, people don't see something; they got to feel it. That's why we came up with the expression. I could show you better than I could tell you.
Right.
Because we don't. Unfortunately, that's just how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing, and that's something that we gotta. Shoot, I didn't even see how.
We got to work on that. We got to work on that because we can't keep going around in a circle, doing the same things, making the same mistakes. We got to work on that.
Well, if not, if we get, God gives us chances and chances, and then you get wiped out by your enemies.
Mm-hmm.
That's what ends up happening. You pretty much get wiped out by your enemy.
Right.
If you don't learn, it's like the same thing keeps happening over and over again. And if you don't learn that lesson, hold on a second here. Yeah, if you don't learn that lesson, it's over for you. You don't learn that lesson. What's up, Leroy? There you go. Yeah, if you don't learn that, lesson. There you go, Leroy. There you go.
What's going on?
Yeah, if you don't learn that. Yeah. Hey, you gotta turn that down in the background because we hear the thing.
Yeah. I got to turn it down, but I'm trying to connect my earpiece, man. It's cutting up on me.
Yeah, I know. We got a technical difficulty here. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. We hear you. What's up, brother?
So, hey, throw me on mute. I gotta play with it.
Okay. Yeah, let me do it this way. Let's see.
How about? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can hear you too.
I just put you on mute. Yeah, I just put you on mute. But yeah, the thing is, while we're trying to solve through our YouTube problems and our little technical difficulties, this is what it is. Do I call Joe Biden and get the problem solved? No, we figure it out, right? That's what I'm saying. Like right now, you got a governor in Mississippi that tells the people to don't shower or they don't shower with your mouth open.
Oh my God.
That's how dirty the water is.
Oh my
God. Now,
God.
weren't we taught that they're going to poison us through the water?
Yes, definitely yes.
And when did you hear that?
Oh, I heard that many years ago, over 30 years ago.
So we were getting used to drinking bottled water, not drinking from that tap.
Right.
And see, that's the thing that we, hey, are you good, Leroy? I just unmuted you.
Still.
Okay. Just let me know. I think you can unmute yourself too. But yeah, see, that's the thing. They're gonna attack us through the water. See, this is what we don't understand. And when you're dealing with 40 to 50 million people, the stuff you could do to them when it was just like 4 million and they was all slaves and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that same kind of stuff.
Right.
When you got this population rising and your population is declining.
Right. Yes.
But the power that they still have over us is really in the power to confuse us. Because they know what we believe and what we think because that's what they taught us.
Yeah.
And I mean, the thing is, if we don't know how to I think it's this. Okay. Yeah, if we don't know how to actually, deal with what is versus what we think should be, then yeah, that's what's up. That's how we gonna keep getting our butt destroyed and messed up and looking crazy.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. Go ahead. Oh, there he is. You in? Hey, Leroy, can you hear me? Yeah, we're still dealing with technical difficulties. I'm trying to figure this thing out too myself. This is crazy. Anyway, but I mean, we all just regular people. But see, what I did is I tried to find some people who were actually donating water. The Dr. Moses West.
Yeah, the one who had that machine that makes water out of the air.
Right. And the reason why he went to Flint, the reason why he went to the different Puerto Rico, he's showing to us that his machines can actually supply large areas, large populations.
Right.
So the thing is, we have a solution. The way the white people want to do it, they want to fix the pipes, the old 100-year-old pipes underground. They want to keep on taking old dirty water that's got pee, boo-boo, old medicines. They want that to keep. They want that to
supply us, right?
Supplying us, right? So they can keep poisoning it. When this man has ability, we now have the ability to just take the water right out the air.
Right out the air. Yeah, I saw Flint. I saw Flint, and I think it was like the community was helping him, because I think it was like I saw maybe about 10 of those machines that was in a location. Yeah. I know he said the first machine he put there, someone sabotaged it, and whoever did it knew what they were doing. Yeah.
Exactly. And that should tell us something. Because you got an enemy, and that's what we don't see. A lot of us. We don't want to pretend. We want to pretend like we walking around here with no that's racism. We ignore facts, like we ignore our people who are against us.
Yeah. It's terrible.
We want to ignore situations. And I think I am going to cut this a little short because, like I said, I'm going to have to redo this show. We'll probably redo it a little bit later, maybe tomorrow or something, or tomorrow evening, because I am running across a few things, but I do want to get some of this message started. We'll just go over this Mississippi thing a little bit. But the thing is, though, it's like, okay, like I said before, I just want us to understand that when there's problems out there, when we keep solving our own problems, what happens is we begin to develop a system, and then as soon as something happens, we automatically feel responsible to solve it. We literally automatically feel responsible. We don't think about the politician. What's up? You on?
Yeah, man. I guess.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, and see, that's what we got to start. That is a problem. As soon as we start seeing what we call the God in ourselves, you see what I'm saying? It's like, this is what God put in ourselves to fix problems. Right. If your kids in your home is not learning, you get mad at the teacher, or you go down and write letters to the mayor talking about your kid can't read, or do you find the book so you can figure out how to make it happen?
Right. You tell you.
See, like, this is us. This is on us. Anything. I mean, if we hire a politician to manage a certain level of problems, if that thing is not doing right, we still got to solve this problem.
Right.
The politician is not a leader.
Right.
That's what we don't see. We're looking at these politicians as our leaders. There you go, Leroy. What's up, man? We hear you. Well, I guess I can't hear you right now if you're talking.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you know, the people
Do it.
just, oh, there we go.
Okay, you going in
Well,
and
now,
out.
and it's a little weird.
Yeah.
But y'all go ahead. I'm gonna jump in.
Yeah. Yeah, but like I said, yeah, that's my thing. We looking at these politicians as leaders. These people, I mean, they might want to be leaders, but they have this politician game. Black folks, we got to understand this. These white people have this politician game so sold up.
Mm-hmm.
They will have you get out there, promise a lot of stuff. Promise, oh yeah, we're going to work on the schools, and we're going to solve these problems. We're going to fix this water. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to keep the streets clean. We gone. Okay. And people are like, yeah, you know, that makes sense. But at least then you elect a politician there. Let's say it's a black one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say they are going to try to do right. Let's just give them let's give them the benefit of the doubt. If the politician is trying to do right, we got to ask ourselves, how come the streets wasn't clean first? How come the school stuff wasn't done at first? Who don't want it done?
What's going on? What's going
Out there stopping it.
Michael?
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
I mean,
some others won't want it done either.
Well, see, the thing is, I'm just in this scenario. I'm just talking about. Okay, let's just pretend, right? Just because let's say you got Angela Stanton.
You saying go ahead and play along with it, act like they're gonna be on the up and up.
We gotta understand that there are people who do want to do right. Okay, there are people that want to do right. Okay, now when those people step up, let me just say Angela. Let me give Angela Stanton King, or I don't know. I can't think of nothing.
Yeah,
right.
it's a short list, ain't it?
Well, it's a short list that want to run into the politics, because we got to understand it's a political system. That's what's destroying people. I'll say Cynthia McKinney or something like that. But the point is, this is what we, the people, okay, especially the black people, got to understand, that to be successful in the system of politics, which is controlled by people who don't like us,
right.
you have to be a liar.
Mm-hmm.
If you tell the straight truth all the time,
Yeah.
you're not going to be the way they got the media and all this kind of thing, you're gonna look like you crazy.
By being
so that's what I'm saying to us. Mm-hmm.
It's a sad state of affairs we as humans find ourselves in if that's how we gotta play ball.
That's how we gotta play ball here. Now the thing is, if you play their game, if you're playing it in their game, this is the game they made up. Your enemy. He making the rules to this political game. And that's right. That's why we got to deal with the actual truth. We seeing this over and over and over and over again. So we got to say, okay, what's happening here? It ain't the people all the time. Mm-hmm. Now it becomes the people, because what happens is they're sifting. The system sifts through the people who will be, weak. Like, because the people who are successful is who? Sheila Jackson Lee. Who else? Joe Biden. People who are successful. Who else? I don't know. What's the chick's name? Kasim Reed or something. Dude, Kasim Reed. Those type of people they get to be in front of you and they get to, call some shots because they do what they got to do. Now,
They're playing the game.
I'm gonna say like this. Yeah, they playing the game, and we know that expression. Now, let's say Leroy wanted to run. Let's say you want to run for some office. Okay, you know what to do. You know what your objectives is. This is what you're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna make sure that people understand, the abortion situation. We're gonna do it with the education. You already have an idea of how stuff should run. But now when you get into the office and you try to implement your objective, who is out here trying to stop you?
Oof.
How do you get it done? And see, that's what we as the people don't see. If we see the one who talked the game, who's going to step out there and try to do it. So all lights and cameras are on that one person, and you think that person has power. But really, they are not the power. They are supposed to be the director. And the thing is, if they have not set up a team who listens to them, who funds their agenda, they have not set up those systems that respect that individual's ideas, it ain't gonna happen. And the person's gonna look stupid. Right. Even if they're trying to do the right thing. This is what we're not seeing. So, like, if I look at somebody like what's his name, Antar Lumumba, and like his father, Chokwe Lumumba, I know for a fact that these people come from a sincere background because my family knows some of their family.
Yeah,
and we can look at their history, and we knew what they were fighting for, whether they were elected or not. So this guy here, he was raised in such a way where from a kid, he was taught stuff. You look at, let's say, look at Kwame Kilpatrick.
Right.
We know that he was raised a certain way. And we ain't talking about, everybody, ain't nobody perfect, but we know he was raised in the Shrine of Black Madonna. We know that he loved the city of Detroit.
His eyes was open at a young age.
Right. I mean, just saying, you was raised a certain way. But then when you start trying to you get into the little office, right? If your people don't understand what you have to deal with, and they don't know how to supply the agenda, the people need to understand that it's up to us to create the systems to support whatever politician or leadership we get in the office. Otherwise, they're going to get into these little offices and they're going to look stupid.
Right. The enemy is going to make them look stupid. The enemy is going to magnify any detail. I mean, the enemy is guilty of the same thing. They're trying to magnify our leaders and make them look like bad guys. Okay. But they whitewash their stuff. They make it look good, or they make their people look good. These people dealing in all kind of filthy, nasty stuff. But they don't put that in the public, they don't publicize that. But our people are sincere, doing good stuff. They don't publicize the good things they're doing. Little stuff like, when we get a
sellout, when we get a straight up sellout, somebody who let's say a black person who got a black face, but they are a straight up sellout. Oh yeah, they gonna make the money. Oh, they're gonna be
like Dennis Archer. Yeah,
Jay-Z.
Let's say.
That was one.
Yeah, Jay-Z, or let's say even I'm trying to think of somebody that everybody would know, like let's say the Congressional Black Caucus.
Barack Obama.
There you go, Barack Obama. See how rich he is? This person, but the thing is, let's look at Barack Obama. Look at what he said to get elected.
Oh, he sounded like
honest.
Jason Black.
But no. If we're honest, did he say good things in like 2007? A lot of it.
Oh yeah, he made it sound good.
Okay, so that's all I'm saying. I just want us to see this pattern.
Yes.
See, that's why it's like it's up to us to see this, because we have to see through it, and we have to know who was actually trying to do the good stuff that they said, versus who just said this stuff and was like, I ain't doing that.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? And you can tell who actually tried to do it because the media of the white media, basically, they will attack them. They will smear them. You will start to see publicly all of the worst things about
yes,
that person.
right.
You will not see the protection of the mainstream over that person.
Right.
The only people, you know, that's kind of how you know maybe they are
That's how
trying
you
to
can tell.
with
Right.
Or you can really
It's like
tell
the
if
one-
they alive or not. That's how you really know.
if they're alive. Well, a lot of times, you know, from looking at this over years, especially like a politician. Now, let's say a real like leader who's not elected or something like that. That's a whole nother story. But like a politician, I think they look at it instead of killing them. Excuse me. Instead of killing them, they'd be like, you know, we just make them look stupid is more effective.
Right.
Okay, so I mean, if we gonna be not if we being honest, man, they doing that to Trump, and I'm not holding him out.
Definitely.
Let's go get behind him, but I'm just looking at what is.
Right. Because Trump
Outrage.
he wasn't a type of president they wanted. The presidents are all corrupt, but they can't appear that way in the public's eye. They got to look like they honest, good people. So Trump didn't play the politician's game. He was just himself. He said what he wanted to say, when he wanted to say, how he wanted to say it, and dealt with who he wanted to deal with. See, that he wasn't presidential. See, in the public's eye, he was telling the truth. He don't like Mexicans. He don't like Black people. He don't like Africans. You know what I'm saying? But see, the president not supposed to say that. Okay, he's supposed to appear as if he could tolerate all races. He's not supposed to say he don't like them. Trump didn't play the game, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going by what he said. I can't really go there. I mean, I understand about those asshole countries. It's some bad hombres coming out of Mexico. He called them animals. I mean, he wasn't talking about all Mexicans. And look, I'm not trying to defend him. I'm just trying to be accurate. And if we're gonna deal with accuracy and whether or not they'll cover up for one person and then expose another, we can look at Trump and Barack Obama and see who they covered for and who they didn't, who they exposed and who they didn't expose.
Who do they raid and who do they don't?
I mean, you talk to some people, they'll tell you Barack Obama is the best president. Oh, nothing could be further from the truth. But that's not to say that Trump is the.
See, let me ask you this though. I think think about this here. When we're dealing with politicians or even a lot of public figures or people that these are jobs, y'all. Okay, they are functions. And the way you determine, to me, a function, who's best like, for example, I don't know, let's pick let's pick Walmart or Ford. Let's say Ford. You know how many people working at Ford plant right now, motor companies? Probably 100,000, maybe. I don't know, maybe 10,000, 20, 30,000 people. Some of the people you don't like. You don't even know them, but some of them you probably don't like. But how do we determine if they're doing a good job or not? It's not that we care about their politics or necessarily if they did right by their mama or something like that. What we're looking at the performance of the job. Now,
these so-called the spots for a politician, okay, what we are being told that their job is. That's how I'm judging it, not by what the secret, real job is. I'm talking about what we're being told. They're supposed to represent their constituency, right? That's what,
Right.
if the people of let's say they want to be cool and legalize marijuana. But if their constituency said, well, no, we don't want that, that politician's job is to say, no, my people don't want it. It shouldn't matter too much. It's too much of this personal, how they feel. Like now, Trump, as a president, you're supposed to represent what's best for your country. I mean, that's according to your judgment and stuff like that. That's how I judge it. Now, as a person, I actually hate Trump as a person. Why? Because this is the same man who would create ads to put innocent black people in jail, and he knew they were innocent.
Right.
Okay. Now, that's that guy. See, that's what I'm trying to get us to get away from. We don't have to personally, defend the characters of these people, because when we get into that, we start getting into sticky situations. But to me, I would defend Trump as a president over somebody like a lot of these presidents, is because this guy actually, this is according to his belief about what is best for his country and his people. That's how he operated.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was a good president. So that's how I look at it. I don't care about my personal feeling for the individual. This is a man, if I want to go into the individual talk, then I'm going to think about how he had bankruptcies all the time, how his father was a KKK. I'm starting getting all into those weeds, which really doesn't matter to the job. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, we can
look at that. See,
focus
I don't personally, like, all of that's true, but guess what? He was a good president. Why? Because he did. If he felt like you said, the Mexican situation, the borderline is a problem for America. He did the right thing, according to that. You see what I'm saying? Like, we're all going to have a variety of opinions about any personal individual, but if we judge on the personal situations of an individual, then of course we're going to always be arguing. We're never going. So the person who lies the best, who tries to be, oh yeah, I'll just tell you what you want to hear, and so they're going to pick who the personality that most people want, and so you're encouraging these people in these little positions to be the best liars.
Right.
But if you just ignore the personal stuff, that means I'm looking at, do I believe this person loves the country? And will they represent according to, their judgment? That's how I look at it.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. I'm just really using them to expose how the media will paint a picture based on how they edit footage. I mean, they will take for who they want to raise up and who they want to put down. They will take what was said at Charlottesville, and if you see the whole tape, he said more than it was good and bad on both sides. I mean, I've seen the original tape, and for them to edit shows their complicity against the public, not necessarily the person that's speaking, but you can also look at their policy and the effect of their policy. If we're talking about that, there's no question who is for the people and who isn't, and that's laying aside uh, things we know to be true, that really all the presidents are no good. You know,
Well,
but
it's the system. I think it's like, if you think about it, see, you know, when this country is taught to us, I know, isn't it taught to us? Let's say, if this is true, rule of the people.
Yeah. Right.
That's how they teach us, right? You know, that's what they say to us.
Right.
Now, what actually happens is the rule of the corporations and whoever has the most money and stuff. But I'm just saying that's what they teach us.
yeah, that it's supposed to be we people.
Ultimate check and balance.
Yeah,
We're supposed to be, if the people ain't doing their job right, you know, we're supposed to hold them accountable. We can get them out. We could rechange the system. Something ain't working right. So I mean, it's just that's what they tell us, right? But the way it's actually going is like, we the people don't feel responsible to do certain stuff. We put it on them to do it for us, and when they don't do it, we just sit there and suffer and complain.
Yeah.
I mean, that's difficult.
That's kind of what happens.
I mean, the reason I say it's difficult is because, I mean, you're an electrician by trade, right?
Right.
It's when you go to work, you expect it. You might be given a set of duties to do for a day or for a project, whatever, and you expected to do those, and for that you get paid.
Right.
Okay, why as a citizen who's just going out to do their job, I've hired you to be a politician,
right?
You know, your job, which doesn't call for me to come down there and stand over you like I'm your daddy, and that's wrong, that's right. You know, I
get where you're going.
I'm giving you leave to have that responsibility, and I pay you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I might not give you as much as corporations through your campaign funds, but you're supposed to be responsible to the people that vote for you. Mind you,
right?
I don't vote, so I'm not hiring. You know, they all. The one time it's funny you mentioned Cynthia McKinney earlier. The one time I was gonna vote was when she ran against Obama.
Mm-hmm.
But when her name was not on the ballot in her own state, which is Georgia, I don't vote. Never will. And oh man, I mean, but that doesn't mean just because I don't vote, I can't look at what is happening and make some sense of it. Understand.
If you register to vote, if you register for it, see, you know, this is how I look at this. That's a good point you came up with. You're not voting for it's the system. You see what I'm saying? But because the way that they define vote, okay, a vote is what? It's your support.
Yes,
that's what a vote is, right? That's what a vote is. See,
yeah,
you're actually kind of leading right into where that's where I want us to. That's kind of better than what they're defining support as. Look, I can vote. See, this is a capitalist nation. Okay, your support is your vote. It's not just going down. Now, in certain situations, let's say it's a local thing, and definitely it's going to work, and somebody who's going, let's say a school board, something, okay, so you're going to get out there, you're going to support them, and of course you're going to actually, give them the little vote piece, but you're going to also finance them as you can. You're going to go out there and spread the word for them because this is something that you're confident in, right? That could help the people.
Yeah.
That is a vote. Now, let's say there's somebody in a different municipality you don't live in, you can't physically vote for them as far as the little vote machine stuff. When you send $1 over there, that's a vote.
Right.
Because a Russian company
or let's say I ain't gonna say Russian because that's a bunch of tags on it. Let's say somebody from Israel. People from Israel can start a corporation in America and go ahead and finance a politician that don't like you.
Yes.
And they have voted, and they don't even live here.
Right.
See, because that's what real voting is. See, we got to start looking at what how they defining these words versus how it actually ends up happening. And we got to look at the language and how, because that's how they trick us a lot of times. Like the way stuff actually end up happening. That's how I define stuff. I'm not necessarily only about, it's like you can say, oh, this is an orange, but really and truly it's not. This is not what, everybody else uses it as a banana and it's yellow and it acts like a banana. But just because you told me it's an orange, I'm like, it's just not that, it's not what it is. You know what I'm saying?
For example, when they say that we are American citizens, that's not really what actually ended up happening. It's like the American citizens has the right to bear arms, but when we bear arms, we go to jail. So
now think about that.
Yeah.
So what they telling you? Now we bear arms, but we do bear arms. But guess what? Even I talk to these white people. I got a video, but I can't show because it's how I got a technical difficulty. I got a video where I was talking to some white guys at the job, right? And, oh yeah, Joe Biden's coming for our guns. I got this gun, I got that gun, and yada yada yada. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's cool. I was like, what is that gun for though? Like, it's only to deal with the other people, regular people. So that's what their gun is for. The way they promote it, it's like it's for the deal with your government. But that's not what actually happens. Anything that could actually deal with a government is illegal.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna get nothing that can actually deal with the government. And that's been proven over and over and over and over and over again. Now, the thing is, that's something that they don't really want masses of the white people to understand and accept, because then they're going to have to deal with themselves and a big problem. But, oh, yeah, they'll smack us down real quick. Oh, y'all know y'all can't have that. Pow! You got a gun in the car and just shoot you.
Right.
Just straight up.
Hey, look, they do that when you don't.
Well, yeah, they will do it, but they don't want that message. You know how they'll promote like black man was shot by the cop. But of course, white people get shot by the cops too. What weapons?
Yeah, but that's the complicity. Hey, but that's the complicity of the media right there.
Exactly. But guess who's the media? They're another branch of government.
Right.
See,
that branch of government is controlled by that Israel you just spoke of, and the vehicle they use to fund our politicians is AIPAC.
That's one that we see, but it's so much stuff that we don't see.
Oh yeah,
there's so much stuff that we don't see.
Oh yeah,
and the thing is, when it's a religious component. This thing is being exposed, but each time some real stuff gonna get exposed, it's gonna be you will know, because you're gonna get demonized. Whoever does the exposing is gonna get demonized.
And that's what censorship is. I mean, look at Zuckerberg. He just did an interview with Joe Rogan where he talked about the FBI came to him and said, look,
I seen that.
Gonna be some Russian action on your Facebook, that's trying to tilt the election. but it has come out since that he spent $300 million funding election operations all over America.
Wow.
Who you talking about? Zuckerberg?
Yes, and that came out, soon after the 2020 election. But he
No,
just
you think about it, and think
but
about
he
what
just
we just talked about.
say again.
He votes. His vote is more important than when people go out there. Oh, I don't vote. What? Well, you don't matter if you don't vote.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Do we even know what we talking about when we say stuff? That's why it's like sometimes,
Yes.
especially arguing with some of these people on Facebook, I'm like, do y'all even think about what actually ends up happening? You got to go by the pattern that's actually happening versus what you're being told.
Right.
Yes. And that's why for him to just that Joe Rogan interview was, last week, maybe week before, for him to say that about the FBI, it's like he almost playing a victim card. Look, they came in and roughed me up and told me I had to do this when, dude, you was already doing it, but you weren't doing it for other people. You was doing it for you.
Well, the thing is, you still can't really form an opinion as a regular person who just hearing stuff.
Right.
You can't even really, like, just from what they saying, even what Zucker, for him to get on Joe Rogan, who is the biggest podcaster, right? Joe Rogan is controlled. He's controlled.
Yeah.
Okay, so just understand that now. They let white people have a lot more leeway in the control, so they look more independent.
When
they start to feel themselves and get out of pocket, they get a nice little smackdown for them just to let them know, like, we can destroy you, just so you know.
Get in line. Yeah. No, but I didn't see the rest of the interview. But if Joe Rogan did not challenge him with the information I just shared with you all about the 300 million, that lets you know he's controlled.
Well, definitely, yeah. And not only that, even if he did challenge him, it's like for him to get to that level, because they censor people, right?
Yes. Yes.
But, because I know a lot of people hate Alex Jones, and he was kind of controlled, but Alex Jones, yeah. But the thing is, though, he's not all the way because they did attack him. See, this is what we got to look at what happens. They don't want him on YouTube. It's certain stuff. They're not going to put him on the mainstream. Now, do they let him live? Yes. Do they let him have certain stuff? Yeah. Okay. But they did smack him out of the mainstream. They don't want him on the mainstream because he does put a lot of truth in there. So much of it. Now, like I said, we got to stop looking for necessarily perfection. I'm looking at what the results are, what is happening. And I already know, when like, this is the objective. The people who have power want to keep power. This is how simple it is. The people who have the powers, and the power is to control the resources and to get your agenda done. The people who have the power want to keep power. The people who may need to have independent power want to get it. Okay. And we're in a situation where we want stuff done, and a lot of times we can't get us stuff that we know needs to be done. We got to protest, fight, scratch, and beg, and all this stuff just to get a little something done, and then they change it in one generation. So we're not in a spot of power where we really want to be. But there's a group of people whose job is to keep us where we at. Okay. In the level of power to get your agenda done. And it's not about hate. It's just about, okay, you guys think differently than us. We want lies to run the show. We want to still be able to run with deception. We want to be able to, put microchips in people, experiment on people, child porn. We want to be able to control Hollywood. We want to be able to do this and do that. And y'all don't like that. And so we can't have y'all with any real influence. You see what I'm saying? So their whole teaching and ideology is obsessed with looking for people who are independent and are actually trying to get power and ability and resource control to the people who think differently. It don't matter what you really call yourself as a religion,
Right.
and whatever. Let's say you don't do a religion. Let's say if you talking independent, and let's say you don't get everything right, let's because we talk independent, but it's about sincerity. It's just like Trump. Let's say Trump really believed a lot of stuff that he say. I mean, as far as what he do. Now he does straight up lie, but his lies are pretty easy to see. Like if he's, he was like, what does he say? I'm trying to think of a lie that he'll say just straight up. Well, we do a very good job, and we're gonna build it. It's gonna be the best wall you ever seen. It hasn't been started. Maybe it hasn't been started yet. That's something that's like, or he call it someplace a SO country. That's Trump. It's a lie, but it's like, what I'm saying? He been doing that. That's his language. This is this man's language. But when you're dealing with, like you said, Barack Obama or Hillary Clinton or Joe Biden or something, they tell a lie that sound right. It's backed up by it looks like some media produced evidence. And then people fall for it. And then, oh yeah, take the shot. Oh yeah, it's gonna help you. It's gonna get you right, it's gonna fix it. And then, it's not gonna work though. That's how they do.
All right. Yeah.
And that's my thing is when trying. My thing is I just want us to say every time we see a problem, the people who are actually the leaders. Let's say let's look at Angela Stanton King, right? I like her, and she has a thing that she's trying to produce called Angie's House. And I think it's because she was had a lot of problems on the street and everything. And when she was pregnant, she was in jail. They had her handcuffed to a bed, and they want to try. She's against promotion of abortion, and just some good stuff that she's doing. She's trying to help young women.
State? No,
Angela King.
Yeah. With
Angie's house, Auntie Angie's house. Now, Angela Stanton King, she's not perfect. She ain't perfect, but she's authentic.
Yes.
So the same Angela you looking at, that's what you get. And you might, well, she said this and it was wrong. Look at that. See, the facts say, now. And you gonna still support her and she was wrong? Well, she was wrong. Okay, you proved she was wrong and you did it, so what? Doesn't mean she's a bad person and she's doing something good. She might have been incorrect factually on this or that, but she's authentic. See, that's what we got to start supporting, I think. She sees a problem. She's organizing people, resources to solve that problem. That's our politician. It don't matter if she didn't run for it and she didn't get on the ballot. She didn't do it the right way. The right. Sorry, I kept putting W in front of that. The white way. The right way. She didn't do it the so-called right way. Your real representative is the one who is solving the problem in a way that you feel is good. And you can see results of. And you vote for them with your support. That's how we get stuff done. So let's say in Mississippi, Dr. Moses West, the brother who invented the water machines, or who has the water machines. And it's other people who have water solutions.
Right.
That's who we vote for.
That's right.
That's how you get stuff solved. Because I'm sure that man is the engineer, and you can get those machines. You can get above ground piping.
Mhm.
all kinds of stuff. I've seen it done. We got pipelines. I'm an electrician, like you said, by trade. I'm working in the oil industry right now. They got pipelines from here to the East Coast of oil.
Mm,
Now you telling me they can't put water in that?
right.
and hit desalinization plants and put out the fires that happen every year in California. Every year.
Yeah. And another thing too,
They
these
know.
are plagues from God. Now we know that, right? We know this
Say,
is from God. Now, the people who don't want to believe in God, this is for them. We understand, but the thing is, when you do unrighteousness, too much imbalance, the nature is about balance. This is the language for the people who say, "Oh, you know, God, these people crazy." I'm just going to give it to them in this way. Nature is about balance. There's a thing in physics, there's a thing in mathematics called basically it's an equality principle. This is equal to that. When one side gets out of balance, the other side must change in order to adjust and bring balance. Now, if you got one area of the planet that's getting all this energy, getting all this heat, getting all of this pollution, getting all of it, then nature starts to try to balance that equation. With rain, with hail, with sleet, earthquakes, and then you got all of this people taking out oil inside of the planet with this fracking crap. So nature's got to balance those equations underground. So you're getting earthquakes in diverse places. You get and you got all this wickedness and evilness and capitalism and all this crap. So that's what we're seeing. So those are for people who don't understand, the God concept. But yeah, this is what you call all of these storms and all this stuff. That's what this is.
Right.
As in plagues.
it's the heat, and that's what it is.
Plague.
Yes.
Yeah,
Hey,
people, we don't see it.
What this open talk? Let me throw this out there on like.
Go ahead. Let's go ahead.
Okay, so people want there's a segment of the population worldwide who wants to save the planet. Okay, mine. But now when you go in the gas station, besides alcohol, if you want something to drink, it's in plastic. Plastic is not biodegradable.
Exactly.
If they really wanted to save the planet, then that should be made from hemp, because that's gonna. But what we have is everything in plastic, which stifles growth. It doesn't promote it. You can't turn around and use that as fertilizer. The best you might be able to do is recycle it, and that's a recent development.
You can use glass too.
Yes, glass. If you use glass, you can definitely recycle that, because it's made from sand.
And then if you put the best minds to it, they can come up with a biodegradable thing. But see, that's the point. These people's mentality is not about balance. This is what we, that's how I look at it. This is called devils, because they don't just do stuff that makes sense. They do stuff to like fight and conquer nature and conquer God, what God set up, the way God set life up, like, oh, look, we need to tweak that.
And
we can improve it. Yeah, we can change it. Oh, you're born biologically a boy. Oh, wait, we can change that.
Yeah. with a
nice something must be wrong with you. Let's get you straight.
Yeah, they're fighting. They have set themselves up as a God besides the real God. And they're trying to prove that they are a God, strong, mightier than the actual God who created everything we see on this planet. So everything that they see that was created by God, in their mind, they have to change it, because they have to prove that they are a better God to themselves.
By destruction.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it ends up in destruction, because they think they smarter than God. See, I think it's like this. These and see, this is actual people. Now we're not talking about, this is people. They're somewhere. Okay, they think they're rich, they super rich, and they got their little money, and they be meeting together, and their families are white, whatever they are. Okay, they think they smarter than God. That's why when you go to school and you start getting your degrees and you start learning about science, be like, oh, God doesn't exist. Oh, well, that's actually something that you can't prove. You can't test it. You can't do this. You can't do that. There's no God. There's no God. And so if you start saying, well, yeah, there is a God. Oh, here you're getting D's on your science paper. Oh, that's not scientific. That's not scientific. Mm-hmm. So what you do is, if that system filters out people who stand for supreme divine, morality, good, or, stuff like that, it filters them out. And the ones that end up being successful, or a lot of times, Fauci, all of that crap, whatever. Those folks, they get out there and they're running stuff. And of course, we're gods. There's no God. We are smarter than God. We're, you know what I mean? Even though everything they learn, they got to study God's creation.
Right. Right.
They've been here. But, you talk about you discovering stuff.
Have y'all heard of this guy named Noah Harari?
No.
Super rich Israeli. He claims that we will be as gods the more we move into transhumanism.
See?
He said that Jesus and salvation, all that, he said that's fake news.
He said diva?
No, Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fake news. Everything that happened.
Oh my God, this man is absolutely nuts.
And he said,
that's the thinking. No, but that's the thinking. Yeah, this is the people who. This is what they believe. They really believe this stuff.
Yeah, they actually believe it. I know.
But he's not a member of their religion as far as Judaism is concerned, and that's what. And the cherry on top is he's a homosexual.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, but see, that's what I'm saying. This is what's happening here. Really and truly, the supreme being already have these people's destruction in their ideology. It kills itself. It really does. Right. But they think they're smarter than it. So all of these different solutions, so-called, in their minds, they're thinking like, oh, this is a solution. Yeah, I'm gonna warp nature and how the God created me, and the way I'm gonna get around that is I'm gonna do what you call this. They're gonna do basically they take the sperm and then they mix it in a machine, and then they can have a fake
cloning.
All those things. Well, it's not cloning, but they have it like basically like they don't need a woman no more, because that's what they redefine.
Fake insemination of a cell.
Like, yes, insemination, but also they actually have like facilities like that was on the Matrix, where they can
birthing people.
Birthing machines. Though. Yeah, it's a machine. It's like, but it supplies the baby and all that crap. That we're gonna get out of that, and that's what they're doing. These people, they're not. God's just laughing like, bro, y'all not. This is the right way. Why don't you just do it the normal way? See, no. We can't do it that way. We gotta. And what we're gonna do? We're gonna create these machines. We're gonna create a quantum computers. That way we can download our consciousnesses, right? And we can download our consciousness inside this quantum computer, and that way we can live forever that way. We're smarter than God, We're gonna live on Mars. We're gonna mess that planet up. Don't go to the moon, steal those resources, mess that up.
Right. Can't even get back to the
mentality. That's their mentality.
Right.
That's their
But
mentality. This is the reason why. Mm-hmm.
hey, but going back to what you said about laws, look, in the past week, in the past 2 weeks rather, they announced that they were going back to the moon with a ship called Artemis. And instead of people being on it, it's going to be mannequins, and it's going to circle the moon and come back in 42 days. And it was supposed to take off Monday. Well, they tell us, bad weather, whatever, it ain't happening. It got
Acts of God.
huh?
Oh, well,
Acts of God.
Yeah, but then today they said it was supposed to take off today, but well, they leaking fuel, so it's not going to happen today. It never happened. Never happened. We're not going back because we haven't been there.
right.
Well, they haven't been there. See, we got to also see ourselves as different because they see us as different. This is a different group of people. They hold an ideology of evil. Okay. That's why it's they. It's not us.
No,
And
it's not. Yeah,
they call themselves
we can't include ourselves.
Americans. And yeah, we're citizens of this country called America and stuff. Okay, so but the thing is, if like a lot of times it can confuse people. Like if I call myself the same thing as you, but my whole entire, if like, okay, Bill Gates is an American. Whoa, oh, he's American. He's just like me. No, he's not.
No. No. That's because that's because they is evil, and us. I mean, we're against evil.
Exactly.
So
And like just because we're not perfect, this is what I want us to understand too.
Right.
Because we, as I would say, normal human beings or whatever, just because we are not perfect, we may do things that are bad. You may see sincere people do something that's bad. And if you do something bad, you do need to get a punishment. Okay, so this is normal stuff. Okay, so just because a person does a bad thing, okay, we shouldn't go nuts. But what we're looking here when we thinking of a evil satanic ideology, what you're seeing is somebody who's creating systems that over and over produce people who messed up. They're producing like spiritual, anti-God, anti-right. They're producing stuff like that. They're creating stuff that murders millions and billions of people and using lies to promote it. They're
convincing other people to go along with.
Right, that right there, that level of evil, and then they are not attacked by the media, like you said. They are not restricted,
villainized, and exposed.
Yes, they are not demonized and exposed. That's letting you know a whole nother level. Mm-hmm. So, like, even let's say somebody who's like you say, like a Trump or let's say Kilpatrick, or even let's see who else. I'm trying to think of somebody. Oh, like an Angela Stanton. I'm just trying to think of people who everybody knows. And at least even people who are not perfect. Let's say a Tariq Nasheed, or I don't know, just people. Even let's say the ADOS people. But the thing is, though, or even let's say some of the Black Lives Matter people. Now, I'm not talking about, because those officials were not demonized really by mainstream.
No. Even now,
they got $90 million. They're not being really pursued.
But at
the same time, if they stepped out of line, they would be quickly destroyed, because they're not at the level of Bill Gates or something like that. They're just kind of like trying to wannabes. You see, even like Shirley Franklin, or let's say there's the Congressional Black Caucus people. They're fearful, little squirmish, you know, they're almost like robots, slaves. They're just automatons. And they just do what they feel that they have to do because they're so fearful that all the stuff that they really did do will get exposed. So they rule them, but like let's say Al Sharpton, they rule them with carrot and stick. These people have done such nasty and debauchery stuff behind the scenes up there in Washington, D.C. Some nasty stuff, man, that they probably got these people on camera. They're like, okay, you know, we're going to pay you millions of dollars. We're going to pay you millions of dollars, and you don't have to worry about that. Don't cross us.
I mean, they don't even have to say it. They ain't even got to tell them.
But they know. They know. That's why every now and then they'll destroy a black politician. You know, they just destroy one. Let's expose it. You know, put them out. But you know, we'll destroy one of them just to scare the rest of the little meat puppets or whatever.
Is that what they did with Kasim Reed?
Yeah, like this Kasim Reed, is he destroyed? No, he ain't destroyed yet. But let's say Andrew Gillum. There you go. That's a good little example. You know Andrew Gillum down in Florida, right?
Yeah.
He was running for the governor. He was the mayor of Tallahassee. And I don't necessarily think he really crossed them that much, but they let DeSantis destroy him. And they just let it happen. Now, DeSantis is, you know, kind of whatever he is. He's kind of, I don't know. I look at him as, because to me, I don't agree with this. I don't agree with the so-called critical race theory crap that they're coming up with, because we know that's just that's a veiled attack on us, really, on black folks, on our actual history, man. This is what happened here.
But you know,
you're calling it critical race theory to demonize it, but they just really, it's not. They just come up with a weird word. They can't just say Black history.
But how we combat that is telling them get rid of the title and just teach history. Whatever happened. Just teach what.
They're gonna still call it wokeism. They'll just call it wokeism. They're still gonna call it critical race. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's because you got to realize their intention. We got to realize this is their intention. They want to attack you, but this is not 1855 no more. You're a big elephant. It's like, that's why I started off talking. I was like, look, what a lot of times we don't understand is our numbers are important. The things that you do to the things that you can do to a population of 4 million people who are actual slaves or less, 4 million or less who are actual slaves, the stuff and the level of attacks that you can just go straight at them and do to those people versus a group of 40 to 50 million people. You can't just go straight at them like that.
Well, Biden
huh? Well, no, he didn't go straight at you. No, he ain't go straight at us like that. He ain't come straight at us.
No, not us. I'm just saying in the sense of we talking about the two-party paradigm right now. You know, Democrats and Republicans. That he just straight out went at who can be described as Republicans without question. He said that, you know, they trying to change America, not be able to marry who we love and all this other stuff. I mean, that was a display.
Yeah, that's what they do. But see, these people are really working for the main agenda types, and that's what I understand. Like what we represent is different. And we just need to understand that we're trying to get power. You know, we're trying to get some power so that we can actually promote our agenda. And we actually have power, but it's not organized power because we don't see the power that we have in our decision making. We see that a lot of us see, I'll say a lot of us, not all of us, but a lot of us see that, we have to go through their systematic way in order to get something done. You always hear on the internet, especially on Patillo, oh, you don't vote, so you don't matter.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm out here influencing, I'm out here donating, I'm out here, doing things that promote my agenda. That's more important than you standing in line for 5 hours and whatever it is.
Yeah,
Like,
and picking somebody
pushing a button that if you was to get a receipt, it would probably show the other side because they can manipulate those dang on vote machines. Y'all so stupid. Damn, they stupid.
Man, look, and along with that, what you just said, think about this. When did we start supporting the FBI? I'm just saying, as a community, and that don't mean you saluting the other side or you down with who they went after. I just want to know. I mean, you showing Martin Luther King on the screen. We know now that they were part and parcel in what happened to him.
They killed him.
Yes.
See, we know we got see, and that's another thing too. That's why I love
Malcolm X,
who understand are independent. Are see, I don't see religion the way that a lot of people see it. To me, all of these independent Black spiritual systems are ours. I feel that's how I look at it. I don't look at it as, like you may go to this church or that church or this mosque or this temple. That's fine. But if you're thinking independently and authentically, so that's ours. I don't necessarily care about, we all have our different understandings of how stuff is going to go down, and time is going to tell. But the thing is, I think that as long as you're being authentic, God is guiding you where you got to be. You know what I mean? You're supposed to be here. You're supposed to be here. You're supposed to be here because I have this plan to get us all here eventually. And what happens is we know, because of independent Black religious and Nation of Islam, Dr. Wesley and some other people, investigation, even the white guy, what's his name? William Pepper. And there was white people that are sincere. It's not about your skin color. It's about what you act. That's why I can analyze Trump the way I analyze him. Like, I don't care about the personal. If I was judging everybody on what I personally feel about this individual, of course I'm gonna be right along with him. Oh, I don't know, Trump. Yeah. But really, I'm looking at okay, this person truly believes what they saying. They believe this. So I'm looking at sincerity. Now, once I understand you're dealing with a sincere person, now I can calculate your behavior in any given situation, and I can kind of depend on that because you're going to do what you're going to do. You know what I mean? And if it's this situation, I'm not going to like it, but these situations, I probably will like it because this is how you are. You see? And we know that Martin Luther King, it was the Memphis police, and then there was I have a book too. They got it right there in this book too. Yeah, Memphis police, and then there was a military backup just in case the Memphis police had messed up to kill. And then they killed JFK because you had Allen Dulles, this guy, the CIA, and I'll show you this picture because I have this book. I happen to have this handy. This guy, this picture here.
Boom.
Alan Dulles, who hated, he's a CIA director. This guy here, Alan Dulles, he hated Kennedy because Kennedy understood about the money. Alan Dulles was he worked for this term before he became a CIA guy. He he worked for what's it called, Cromwell and Sullivan. This was a Wall Street attorney, a very powerful Wall Street attorneys uh, network, basically. And they they are the ones who run this country. That is your Commerce Department. The CIA is their wing of enforcement, and the FBI. And the reason why you even know you got you got the pictures of J. Edgar Hoover and his him being a homosexual and stuff like that. It's
And
because
his corporation.
right. But the reason why we even know about that, is because J. Edgar Hoover and this guy Alan Dulles got into a kind of a little power dynamic because J. Edgar Hoover was spying on the CIA and the CIA was spying on the FBI, and they got into a kind of a little fight, like because of control and jurisdictions and stuff. So J. Edgar Hoover was pulling up files on Alan Dulles and all of them. So we learned out some of their operations because they was kind of fight, especially during the McCarthy ages and stuff. They was kind of battling, and see, that's the reason why when we battle each other, all of our problems come out and it's exposed and it can be used against us. And that's why they keep their stuff silent when they have their problems. But we can see that some of that stuff is getting exposed.
And that's what I
He had
mean.
pictures of Hoover and Hoover's boyfriends and all that crap. Dude, this guy, this Alan Dulles, the CIA dude, and he hated the Wall Street bankers. This is the guy he saved a lot of those Nazis who was burning them. This is probably the more sincere Jewish people who were really into the real religion. Those are the ones that probably got burnt. But the
True.
ones, yeah. And so the companies that financed that stuff, he went in there and saved a lot of those German company leaders to keep them from the Nuremberg trials. And the thing and the reason why they hate communism is because communism, the Russian, and then I learned about those Russian people, a lot of the Russian leadership, they're not from all of these old families of kings and nobility. They kind of took over in like 1917, called the Russian Revolution. And these are just your average people who happen to take over. And that's the reason why the white people in Russia don't really mix well with the white people in like England and France, all that kind of stuff. They don't really get down with it because they have a different thinking. That's the reason why they have a different thinking, because that communism is anti-capitalism, and capitalism is what we're dealing with. We live in a situation where a dollar is more important than people, and that makes these people the rulers because they can rule from the shadows, and they can keep us like this. Like
Wow.
sheep. Yeah, they keep us like that. That's how they do it. Yeah, but yeah, this thing here, that it really goes real deep. That's why, it's like we gotta understand this thing is it when you're talking about some problem solving, they ain't gonna solve your problem. But as far as the power that we have, the powers that we have as a group of people, that's why they're scared of crowds. They don't like it when a lot of people come together, because now, see, people can be taught without them being in control. They hate that. That's why they'll shoot Martin Luther King. They killed Patrice Lumumba. The CIA did that. They killed they killed Martin Luther King because anybody that can gather crowds, like a crowd of people in front of somebody, they're scared. They're like, what if he says this or what if he says that? They don't have no control now. They can't take it. Yeah, so
But that's why look, but that's why it's crazy that we jumping behind the FBI, not we as a whole, but
right.
segments of us cool with the FBI running up in Mar-a-Lago.
Right.
Like, bro, what I mean, now you want to support now?
Mm-hmm.
You went with them with they just said they weren't going further with what happened to Emmett Till, right? With the lady they found who was it was a warrant out for her arrest.
Yeah.
If she was a Nazi soldier, if she was a Nazi soldier, they would have locked her up for the 9 years she got left or whatever it is.
Yeah,
but in this,
but we gotta understand that's why they go after this so-called critical race theory thing,
because they invalidate you. When somebody is wiping and whitewashing your history, they're really whitewashing you.
Yeah,
that's what's actually ends up happening, because once people think like, oh, y'all ain't never did nothing, y'all don't got no history, y'all don't have nothing, y'all ain't, what do y'all do? You know what I mean? Like you start getting disrespected. You start being like treated a certain way, and you stop feeling like you're proud to be you. And when that kind of mentality takes over in a massive way, it shows up as self-hate.
Yeah. Well, they'll tell you they got the answers. And it's coming in the form of shots. However many different shots they come up with. But what they're going to find out is people not going for the shots. And the more people say no, the tighter they're going to try and pull the noose. And it's just not on one color. It's on all.
Hopefully, I'll sound better now. Hopefully, I'll sound better now. But do I sound better? If y'all can put it in the chat. Just let me know I sound a little bit better. It's okay. But I just wanted to read this before I go off. So, the 820 urban rebellions or riots across hundreds of U.S. cities in the 8 years between 1964 and 1971, and approximately 1,000 over the course of the decade. 1960, 1971. According to some reports, resulting in at least 228 deaths, 12,741 people injured, 69,099 arrests, with 15,835 incidents of arson. In 1967-68, there were the Zenith, which is the riots in Detroit, the Zenith years, with more than 160 disorders occurring in 128 cities in the first 9 months of 1967 alone. This convulsive wave of cataclysm and frustration and rage was trivialized by a number of white sociologists, such as the influential Seymour Spiegelman, as instances of substantial racial violence rooted in the Negro aggression. Negro aggression is a key phrase here that will take on great significance as we proceed. The Detroit Rebellion in the summer of 1967 was one of the biggest urban rebellions in the history of the United States. Over 5 days in July, 43 persons died, 33 blacks, 10 whites, 1,200 were injured. More than 7,000 were arrested and estimated 50 million in property damage. So just what's up? Yeah, we're doing a long stream today because we're just trying to actually have this going on. But the point is, these rebellions, it showed that they can't straight up bully physically people anymore. So in order to reduce your population, they had to resort to more subtle means. And that's pretty much where I'm going to end it off. That's their motivation for all of this water problems, all of the estrogen, the testosterone assaults, all of these different things, is because they want to reduce your group of population. So even though we had a lot of technical difficulties and stuff, I'm glad for whoever gets a chance to see through this here. I'm going to end it off right now, and I'm glad that hopefully if you guys have any questions or comments, make sure you comment and make sure you press the little like button. Press the little like button. Press, the subscribe. Not subscribe anymore. And we're going to end it off.